Welcome back to Icon on the Internet. Okay, so it's a vid by Watch Mojo UK, and it's called 10 Most Evil British Officers in British History. Fucking hell. You're gonna get that everywhere. You're gonna get dodgy coppers anywhere across the globe, whether that's in the UK, America, Nigeria, Ghana, Canada. Anywhere you go, there's gonna be at least one dodgy copper there. But yeah, let's see the most evil police officers in British history. Let's watch. So that first thing about getting his reaction. Oh, my throat hurts now. Blame it on that night that someone stood me up. Stand bro. But yeah.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're examining our picks for the 10 most evil police officers in British history.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Bill Moody. The 1970s was a rough place. With the demand for adult magazines, many were making large sums of cash, including corrupt coppers. The Metropolitan Police had the Obscene Publications Squad to tackle the rise of risque material. The division was headed by Detective Chief Superintendent Bill Moody. Some big-timers at the time, like Jimmy Humphries, aka the Caesar of Soho, spoke about the OPS essentially working as a protection racket. When Humphries was investigated for another crime, his diary was discovered that mentioned dodgy dealings with the OPS and Moody. According to the evidence, Moody and his boss had been bribed £53,000 in just 3 years. In 1977, Moody was sentenced to prison for 12 years. Good. James Ford. In 2022, Hertfordshire Police was rocked by a dreadful crime committed by one of their own. Having joined the force in 2019 as an intervention officer, James Ford quickly destroyed the trust of someone he was meant to protect in the extreme. After neighbouring Cambridgeshire Police got wind of Ford's deals, he was suspended by Hertfordshire in 2021. By 2022, he was in court. In a short amount of time, Ford was found guilty of 10 counts of abuse against a child. On top of that, he was found guilty of attempting to pervert the course of public justice when he wiped his phone. Ford was sentenced to 18 years and 3 months and will be on the offenders register for life. Benjamin Monk. Dalian Atkinson is an icon in the West Midlands after playing football for Aston Villa in the 90s. In 2016, the police were called to Telford, with Atkinson allegedly acting manically. Instead of making a safe arrest, this incident ended in the former striker's passing. In the resulting court case against officers Benjamin Monk and Mary Ellen Bentley Smith, we discovered Monk had tasered Atkinson 3 times. One of those was for 33 seconds, 6 times the recommended amount. Monk had also kicked his head twice. This combined attack caused Atkinson to have a cardiac arrest. In 2021, Monk was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 8 years. Bentley Smith was found not guilty of assault in 2022. Ali Desai. At one point, Ali Desai was one of the UK's most senior officers and went public with accusations of racism against the Metropolitan Police. All of this resulted in him becoming commander for West London. But then 2010 came along, which took the shine off Desai's legacy. He was found guilty of corruption for assaulting and falsely arresting Wad al-Baghdadi, to whom he owed £600 for working on Desai's website. He was sentenced to 4 years. However, in February 2012, a retrial took place. Desai was found guilty again and sentenced to 3 years. Yet, having already spent time inside, he was released on licence in March 2012. Stephen Cloney. Between 2015 and 2019, the Merseyside Police were experiencing something strange. Sometimes, when they conducted a raid on a property, the suspects had already moved on or taken the illegal substances away. As it turned out, this was down to Stephen Cloney, who had been in Merseyside since 2007. He had been mining the police database for information, then selling it to criminals. On top of info on raids, Cloney also sold location details for robbers to take advantage of, putting people in danger. He had fallen into this conspiracy after finding himself in massive debt. Clooney's bank account had received £8,055 in deposits over his selling spree. In 2020, Clooney was found guilty of corruption and sentenced to 5 years.
So you get straight. So the guy was desperate, so he taking all this shit. I'm done. I said it before, I said it again. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust people you sleep with. You can't trust people you call friends. And now you can't even trust coppers now neither. But then again, who really trusts coppers these days? You got some good ones out there, but it's just the dodgy ones that really does give them a bad name. That, in fact, someone can't even solve their way through the paper bag. And give some people too many slaps on the wrist.
Shows is not a good idea, but that didn't stop Masood Caracas 5 years. Masood Caracas. Taking inspiration for crimes from TV shows is not a good idea, but that didn't stop Masood Caracas from studying The Wire for tips. At the same time as working for the Metropolitan Police, he was also leading a criminal gang. With the Met suspecting Caracas of misconduct, they booked a vehicle he was in and heard him discussing the plot of The Wire. But more shocking, the gang was planning on kidnapping a bank manager to extort £100,000 from him. They were going to create fake roadworks to intercept the manager. Instead, the cops arrested Caracas and his team. The former PC was sentenced to 13 years in 2010 for conspiracy to kidnap, assault, and misconduct. Elmore Davies. Curtis Warren is one of the biggest gangsters in UK history. After all, he was labelled Target 1 by Interpol during his reign. But one reason he escaped the law for as long as he did is Elmore Davies. As Detective Chief Inspector for Merseyside Police, Davies had inside knowledge and skills that Warren needed. When the gangster's friend was arrested on a weapons charge, Warren is heard through a wiretap planning to offer Davies £20,000 to remove the firearm from police evidence. Warren arranged to use Gladiators performer Tony Warrior Ahern as a go-between for the deal. Instead, the cops arrested them. In 1998, Davies was sentenced to 5 years for conspiring to pervert the course of justice. John Christie. During World War II, John Christie was accepted to join the War Reserve Police. However, they failed to check his previous convictions, a mistake they would regret. From 1943 to 53, Christie slew 8 women, but there are suspected to be more victims. After the first victim, Christie resigned from the police. His crimes came out when he moved out of his property at 10 Rillington Place in London, as some of his victims were uncovered within. After a brief search, the cops arrested Christie. He admitted to all of the slayings, including the wife and child of Timothy Evans, that resulted in Evans' wrongful execution in 1950. Christie received capital punishment in 1953. David Carrick.
Damn.
In recent years, the Metropolitan Police has come under scrutiny due to their iffy practices. As such, many crimes of their officers have come out. While David Carrick was responsible enough to guard high-profile sites like Parliament, in reality, he was a serial abuser. From 2003 to 2020, he committed 85 offences against 12 women. Carrick used his authority to intimidate his victims from coming forward with their horrid experiences. But in 2021, one woman spoke out, leading to Carrick's arrest. In February 2023, the former firearm officer pleaded guilty to all offences and was sentenced to life imprisonment. He was ordered to serve at least 32 years before being considered for release. Wayne Couzens.
Good
in early 2021, the UK was shocked by the disappearance of Sarah Everard in London as she walked home from a friend's house. But when the truth came out, they were disgusted. Wayne Couzens was a firearm officer with the Metropolitan Police. During the investigation of Everard's disappearance, it was discovered that Couzens had falsely arrested her. Then, he abused and executed her. In September 2021, after Couzens pleaded guilty to the various crimes, he was handed a whole life sentence, meaning he'll never be released. In 2022, Couzens appealed the term, but it was rejected. To further illustrate the broken Met, officers Jonathan Cobban and Joel Borders were sentenced in 2022 to 3 months for sharing horrific messages with Couzens.
Do you agree with our picks?
Damn.
Check out this other
all of these coppers gonna go to hell and stay there for like a. But damn, yeah, you can't trust the police neither. Because there's only very few people that I trust in this country, in this lifetime. So yeah, I didn't expect anyone from Hertfordshire to be on it, but yeah, here we are. But I mean, the number 9, I remember hearing about that one. Obviously, I'm from Hertfordshire, so of course I'm gonna hear about that one. But yeah, anyways, I'm trying to write the comments and see what other people are saying right now. Someone said, you should have mentioned the officers who shared murder scene photos of the 2 sisters who were murdered in a North London park online with other officers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, how did I not mention that one? That one was fucked up. Those officers ain't shit for that. So trifling. So unprofessional even. Someone said, I wish someone would do a documentary on what life in prison is like for bent coppers. I'm pretty sure they're getting beaten up in prison and all that shit. Obviously coppers aren't, and when they end up going to prison, they're not exactly going to be the other convicts' biggest fans now, are they? Unfortunately, the most evil of them haven't been exposed yet. They're still out there unseen, quietly waiting. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, you're going to get dodgy coppers anywhere across the globe, not just here in the UK. And yeah, that's what I was thinking actually, but I just didn't bother saying it. Dave breaks down the most evil police officers in British history. Cheerful and happy background music playing. Someone said, I think the music is a bit inappropriate for the dark topic. Honestly, I'm more focused on the officers on the list, to be honest. That the music wasn't even a thought. But yeah, there's still many coppers out here that are dodgy, that have yet to be caught. The ones that got caught, you can all go to hell and stay there for all I care. And yeah, what goes on comes around. No one can get away with shit, no matter how hard you try. Whatever happens in the dark always comes to light. Interesting vid. Damn, you really can't trust nobody in this life. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post if I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.